Ich verkaufe football cards, we're here to light the fire. Spitting facts and stats, you know we never tire. Bringing the heat up, that passion won't retire. Busting through the mic, our voices never expire. We ignite the spirit, never fading out. Light the torch, USC fans rise up high. On this podcast, we aim for the sky. Knowledge and entertainment never lie. Together we stand, let the truth amplify.
What's going on, Trojan fans? We're back, and we kind of have a little bit of a different kind of bass in our voice, I guess you can say. We're feeling good right now. At least I know I'm feeling good. I'm pretty sure I can speak for everyone else that we're feeling pretty good with how this week of USC transfer portal went. But without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce the boys here. So B Jones to my right. How's it going, B Jones?
Good, man.
Yeah, and all right. And we have Guns right below me, runner of our Twitch channel and Views from the Stands. Give him a follow or sub to his channel on YouTube and follow us on Twitch. And how's it going, how's it going, Guns?
Doing good, man.
Who do you got playing this week?
We got Oregon.
We got Oregon.
We got the Ducks and the Natty. Hey, if you're not doing anything Christmas Eve, right? If you're just chilling, wrapping some presents, go tune on that Twitch channel and check us out and beat those Ducks. So,
yes, we all know Raul's going to be there.
Yeah.
Oh, and
speak of the devil.
Speak of the devil, we got Raul.
Oh my goodness, this man came in.
We should have put. We have a special guest.
He heard Oregon, dude, and just came in.
Did I?
Yeah,
this is definitely
he summoned him. How's it going, Raul?
It's all right. I'm waiting for the rec tech to get home.
Oh, that's the rec tech to get home.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. A little inside joke going on, but Raul's going to be a grilling man over here, smoking man soon. All right, so we had a pretty good week. So we're going to be talking about some latest additions from the transfer portal. But first off, we got to say special thanks to our members here: Preston's Paradise, Christian Ragland, Paul Jones, and Bernardino Vega. Really appreciate you guys' support of the channel. And if you would like to support the channel and have your name down below, you can go ahead and hit that member button down below, and you can become a member. We have different tiers for that, so you don't have to be the highest tier to get your name there. You just do the bare minimum, and whatever support you choose to show, we really appreciate it. But yeah.
Now the plug our championship game we got coming up.
Our championship game, and if you want to win a natty with the Cal Southern Centaurs, because we all know Guns is going to win it for us, right?
That's the plan.
Oh my God, where's the confidence?
You not confident?
No, we're confident.
Okay,
we'll win it. Let's be honest. We'll win it.
Yeah, we'll win. We better win.
It's just by how much, right? It's just by how
exactly. And oh wait, shout outs to Kenneth Wine. Oh, okay, sorry.
That's wine.
Thanks for the $1.99. Really appreciate it. That could have been a membership there, but it's okay. It's okay.
And since you're into sending things, man, go ahead and send me over that rec tech. It's part of my NIL deal. So yeah, kind of need that to happen, buddy. I'm transferring.
All right, but yeah, so we want to give a huge shout out to an insane win for Coach Gottlieb and the women's basketball team. We went into UConn's house and came out with a dub, 72-70. What are you guys' thoughts, B. Jones?
Great game, man. The girls played very hard, shot very well. We definitely got to clean up the turnovers, especially down the stretch. That will come back to haunt us later on in the season if we don't get that cleaned up. That's pretty much been the story of the last couple of years with the girls, man. They get sloppy towards the end, start turning the ball over, man. So hopefully we get that cleaned up, man. I think they can really make a run, especially if not trying to call her out, but this is more so encouragement. If Rhea Marshall can be a consistent finisher, this team will be unstoppable.
Yes. All right, Guns. Did you watch the game in full?
I did, yeah. So I mean, just shout out to them for the W. It was great to see that our 3-point shots were going in. I think that's been the Achilles heel against the last two ranked opponents, Ole Miss and Notre Dame. We shot like 2 for 20 something combined in those two games. So just seeing that was great. Turnovers, agreed. Definitely need to get that cleaned up. And then I think, definitely play through maybe Kiki a little bit more. I mean, she's a walking double-double. I mean, just play through her. We have a lot of people that can play off ball and shoot that 3. So I think that'll help out overall. But long season ahead and excited for what's ahead in the March and April.
Yep. Roll.
You want to ask me if I watched the game or?
Yeah, what's your thoughts on it?
Well, I did watch the game, BC. I didn't want to watch an overrated SEC team get blown out. So I did watch it, BC. So it was an intense game. It was very interesting, intense. A lot better than any of the college football playoff games. But yeah, kind of what Guns and B. Jones mentioned. They got to clean up those turnovers because it could end up, biting us later down the line. And we almost blew it. We had a huge lead. We almost blew it. Luckily, the girls pulled through, managed a way to pull out I guess what you call an ugly victory at the end. Right, it looked really nice at first, but we know that UConn's champion pedigree, especially with Coach Gino. So we knew they were going to make a run. So congrats to the girls for pulling through and getting that dub.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Gino Auriemma, definitely he knows winning. He's the Nick Saban for women's basketball. So, dude, and the fact that we were able to go into their house and pull out this victory, and I know the guys were telling me that I was jinxing them because we were up like 18 at one point and they ended up coming back. But yeah, like you can't have that. But they know how to win. They've been in situations like this before, so they definitely know what to do and not to panic. But it was good to see that they were able to ink out these kind of close victories because I wouldn't be surprised if we see them again in the Final Four or the top 8, whatever. But this was definitely some revenge for last year because they kicked us out in the top 8, right?
Yeah,
in the lead 8, yep.
Lead 8, yeah. So this is definitely some revenge for last year. So it was good to get some revenge on them. And now we're going to be starting conference play, aren't we? Right? Like we're starting conference play. So
correct.
This is definitely good for us to get ready for tough games against UCLA because they're the number 1 team right now, and we definitely need to win against them just like we did in football. So, but yeah.
And for those in the chat, yes, Pete Jones does have connections with the women's basketball team too.
Where'd that come from? I didn't see that in the chat.
I'm just kidding. Who do you know from the women's basketball team, B. Jones? So you can shout her out.
Yeah, shout out to Kaylee Heckle, man. She's a freshman doing her thing. I personally think she should be in, in late game situations because of her defense, but that's just me. But I might be a little biased, but
just a little.
Yeah, it was nice to see Kennedy Smith come back yesterday too.
Yeah,
so we need her.
Yeah, she was definitely pretty big for that. So
yeah, she was. Yeah, she's on the floor. I think we had like a plus 22 difference in point difference, whatever they do. And so yeah, Kennedy's a beast.
Yeah. So like I said, I didn't see that in the chat, but I did see this. So that 40 BC.
Huh?
Honda.
Hey, the question is our new commit as fast as Blackie Chan?
He might be. No, dude. Well, who was that? Was that Jamal?
Yeah.
Dude, that guy's up. How much? Like, okay, so I know some sites are saying that he's 380. Is he lighter than that now?
I would imagine so.
I heard he's around like more 350, 360.
Okay, hey, that's
Still a big
that's
guy,
perfect
man.
for us right now.
That's still a big
He's
ass
moving.
guy.
Yeah, he can
He's
move that
huge.
stuff. That's for sure.
All right, and we'll go ahead and talk.
Hey, hold on. Since we brought up the 40, shout out Dennis Lynch, man. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, definitely shout outs to Dennis Lynch, who did just follow us. So I wonder if he is a sub now on YouTube.
No, we'll see.
Should be watching, man. I'll DM him later, man. So we get that set up. Bro, you been practicing, man? At least stretching?
I've been stretching. I've been getting a little bit more active. So,
All right, man. I'm scared. I'm just scared you're gonna pull a hamstring, man.
all right, hey, if I pull the hammy, but get the field
the
goal
W.
go in, I'll take it.
All right.
I'll be like for those in the chat, have you guys watched the program? Because a lot of these guys haven't.
I was actually gonna make a poll.
Let's stay on track. Let's stay on track, bro. All right.
Yeah, whatever, guys.
We have some people who have not seen the program, which B Jones. Well, like there's not that many college basketball or college football movies out there, but
Exactly. You haven't seen the program.
what about Waterboy? That's a college football movie.
Yeah, sure, but that's a comedy. I'm talking about the program, baby.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the program, man, I don't know. I can't trust you.
Well, have you ever been able to trust Ken?
Well, yeah, no, absolutely not. But so another reason.
Wait, yo, where do we get some Light the Torch merch? Oh
Yeah, I guess that's on me. Coming soon, soon, man.
We
I was working on that one. That's on me.
Ken, you got to be an official member to get some merch.
and you have to be the top member. You have to be Heisman.
You got to be official member, dude.
No, the ones that B Jones and you've seen us wear is, me and my wife made those, so I'm not going to run a sweatshop for this. Okay.
Hey, but it was good material though.
No, yeah, like
Your wife, you hooked it up.
I had to go. I bought I bought good material for you guys. I didn't want to buy some of those cheap shirts that are going to make you itch.
Yeah,
They actually feel nice to wear.
Yeah, those were nice. I'm not gonna lie.
So are we gonna see your little member thing show up soon, Ken?
Oh, that's a challenge, Ken. You show him, Ken.
Yeah, show me.
all right.
We gotta get. We're going to touch on this just briefly here, but possible tight ends coach. I know people want to hear about the linebacker coach. We don't have too much about that, but there has been some murmurs about this possible tight ends coach. Go ahead and give us the scoop, Guns.
Yeah, our guy Rusty out there posted that likely, again, things could change obviously, but Joshua Urkel, he's a coach at FIU currently, Florida International. He's the deputy head coach / O lineman. In 22, he was the tight ends coach. He's been a tight ends coach in Kansas as well. Was a consultant at Memphis. Started his coaching career in 03, so he's definitely been coaching for a good minute. So yeah, sounds like he's going to be the potential new tight ends coach. And it makes sense from the standpoint that he's got some O-line background, and that it seems like that's what Riley likes to do with the tight end coach. So we had previously with Henson and Hansen. So they had both O-line experience, right? So I think it's just another extension for the O-line to help out. Yeah. So that's kind of the scoop of what we're hearing right now. And hopefully we hear some, more things officially.
Yeah, hopefully. And hopefully he can just Well, our tight ends are athletic enough. We have a lot of great tight ends, so just get them to block and get open a little bit more. We need some separation from our tight ends.
So, Guns, I have a question for you. Say that if he is going to be our tight ends coach, can he recruit, and where does he concentrate recruiting wise? Do you know?
I'm just, yeah. I mean, I'm sure it'll be the kind of the same recruiting, structure that Henson was doing. I don't think anything will change from that standpoint. So I mean, I think it's still going to be locally and maybe some, in Texas. He's from Waco, Texas, so I think he's probably got some Texas ties and some good relationships there, I'd assume. So yeah.
Well, hopefully we can hear about that pretty soon. Maybe USC will tweet that out eventually soon. But also, we need to hear about linebackers coach. I know we have that the assistant that has been stepping up in Matt Entz's absence, but hopefully we get something official so we can start bringing some of these transfer portal linebackers in and get into linebackers.
I don't see that happening until after the bowl game. Again,
Yeah.
I mean, since he's the assistant who is interviewing for the job is on the staff. I mean, I think they feel comfortable enough to be as is, do the stuff in the background and as is. And again, I mean, it's going to be to have these top linebackers that are in the portal right now to come in to be a third or fourth linebacker. That's a hard sell, no matter how much money you pay them, in my opinion. So I just don't think linebacker is a huge priority for us. So I mean, I think we could definitely can wait. So
you'll think they'll take off the graduate assistants title off Bryson Allen?
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it's definitely not a huge need, given how we are with Newbie, Stevens, and Gentry coming back.
Yeah.
So definitely could be a possibility.
We'll see how if the linebackers perform well in this bowl game, then maybe he could solidify that spot. So
maybe this is definitely
this is his interview. Yeah, this is definitely his interview. So hopefully they do well, and hopefully we can see EMA and Mason Cobb really shining in this. But everyone needs to get off Mason Cobb. Like he's been solid for us the whole year. He's maybe had a few issues here and there, but he's been solid for us this season. So
yeah, no one's gonna be perfect. So
yeah. All right. So we're gonna get into the transfer portal here in a second here, but let's kind of give some thoughts about the first round of the college football playoffs. And there were some teams that we played that were that made their debut in the playoffs this year. And so but yeah, so what are you guys' thoughts about the first round of the playoffs this year? So let's start with B. Jones.
What I learned is that we really aren't that far off. Nikki is not lying about that. That's what it seems, man. I feel like if we had the defensive line commits that we have now, I think we would have won about at least 3 or 4 more games, man, and we could be there. But I mean, you see us put up a better fight against Notre Dame and Penn State than their opponents did. In this first one. So gave me a lot of hope going into next season. Yeah, man. Yes. But as far as all the crying that these SEC guys are doing, man, those teams, although they weren't very competitive, they still earned their way into the college football playoffs.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, win your games, man. It's that simple.
Yeah. Lane Kiffin.
Right. Right.
What's your thoughts, Guns?
Yeah, I mean, overall they're trash. I mean, it's hard to just say it how it is. I mean, yeah, most of them were all blowouts. The Texas and Clemson game, like Evie said, started to get closer towards the end. But I'll say this: I think my thoughts just overall, from a fan perspective, I think hopefully this is a start of more home playoff games. I think it's something that FCS does, right? A lot of their the playoff games up until the championship is at the actual school's field, right? I think that should do it, and I think that honestly will help kind of preserve the bowl games like Rose Bowl, right? People have said with the expansion of playoffs that it would hurt the Rose Bowl, right? Like the aura, it wouldn't mean as much, so on and so forth. By kind of having home playoff games until the championship and having the Rose Bowl and those other Rose Bowls separate, like I think we can kind of keep that aura of them still, right, in a sense. So I don't know, we'll see, but I think it was cool regardless to see home playoff games at the schools. And like the Penn State, man, it was all white, right? It was so cool to see. So
yeah. All right, Raul, what were your? I know you didn't watch Tennessee lose, but what were your thoughts of the other games? Raul, can you hear us?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, what were your thoughts on the college football games, the playoffs?
I mean, first off, I want to say this. Like, our team is a lot better than what our record shows.
Yeah.
We should have beat Penn State if it wasn't for, bad play calling at the end, or in my opinion, or just a few tweaks. We should have won that game, and we kept it close versus Notre Dame as well. So I don't think we're that far back. I know Lincoln Riley does get a lot of crap. I'm even critical of Lincoln Riley myself. I think he needs to, take some accountability this offseason and realize, like, okay, I could have, our team is a lot better. I made a few mistakes, and hopefully he learns from it. But I feel like if we would have been in the playoffs, we would have had a better chance than some of these teams because they were boring as hell. Like I mentioned episodes ago, the SEC is overrated this year. Big time overrated. And all the crying they're making, but Tennessee got the biggest ass whooping, like Ken mentioned, this weekend. So shut up, man. It does not mean more.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bittersweet because we know that we can hang with the teams that are in the playoffs, but then like we were hanging with these teams, but then we lost to teams that we should not have lost to.
Yeah,
like we easily could have beat Penn State. We could have beat Notre Dame without there was just some kind of self-destructive situations that happened in the games. So we kept those close, but then
and we just had a bunch of injuries at that point as well. So,
but yeah, it's just like in the Penn State game, it was kind of the interception at the end of the game that hurt us. But other than that, like we can hang with any of these teams. Like Notre Dame was the only team that actually beat us by more than a touchdown, and it was kind of just more Hail Mary throws that we were kind of trying to help us get back to the game that kind of screwed things up. But other than that, we were, and it sucks to say this, but we were literally a few plays away from winning games.
Wait, I did not say that myself, all right?
Yeah,
What?
I can't bring myself to say those words.
I'm not going to say those words, but
it when you look at everything that has transpired, especially looking into the we could have easily I think we could have taken Tennessee easily if we were healthy and just some few pieces in place. Then
I'm not going to go that bold in terms of saying we would have easily handled Tennessee, but I feel like our team is definitely better than what our record shows, especially if all our we had our guys healthy throughout the year.
Yeah, and Ken's blaming Caleb right now, so of course Ken. But it does make you wonder, doesn't it? Because we we were kind of saying that maybe if we had someone that was willing to run Lincoln Riley's offense, then things could have been different.
I mean, this just gets me excited for next year, to be quite
Yeah.
frank. I mean, we got some big guys or big players on the D line. This
Sorry, I
currently,
didn't mean to
right?
laugh at that.
No, I'm saying we got some two big guys in the portal, so they're going to be helpful next year. And Gentry's coming back, so Gentry, it's all good, man. We're having you back next year, so that's all that matters.
Evie
Nobody
got in the chat. But like, if do you think if we had Caleb this season, do you think this would have been a playoff team?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because our defense was good enough, even with the undersized line that we had. It was good enough.
If we had Caleb, we would have. If we had Caleb, like I could see ourselves being undefeated, honestly, throughout the season. I'm not trying to be delusional here. Look, we lost very close games, and keep in mind this was with a non-mobile quarterback. The Michigan game, Caleb would have been huge for us. He would have just tuck it and run, and it would have opened up space even more for Woody and the team. You know, we wouldn't have struggled.
Yeah, like we would have won that Michigan game. And I don't think the LSU game would have been close.
Yeah, like the only team we lost by, like you said, by 2 touchdowns was Notre Dame, and even that game, I feel like Caleb would have made a huge difference for that particular game.
Caleb had a rough second game against Notre Dame, though.
Yeah, that was at Notre Dame, though. We had literally no O-line. I feel like our O-line, by the time we played Notre Dame this year, was a lot better.
Yeah, it just makes you wonder, but we can't dwell on that at this point. But yeah, other than that, I just think that the college, I think the committee still got the right teams into the playoffs. It's just they just weren't as good as the teams that they were playing. It sucks, but people are going to complain that their team should have been in it. But they should have won.
Here's my thing about that, BC. Name a sport that doesn't happen in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every sport does that.
Man, that's how it goes. What's all the complaining about, man?
Yeah,
I was gonna say, I feel like
for the most part, those other sports, they don't have like a committee like this that is manually doing this themselves. It's normally just based off your record. And
I'll also say, I think it'll be a lot easier if all these conferences had the same number of conference games.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if it's 9, if it's 8, whatever the number you guys want it to be, make it every conference, at least the Power Fours, right? It'd be a lot easier to compare, because the whole thing is SEC got 8, but then you're comparing like all these other conferences that got 9 games. Like it just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
You should also put a limit on how many FCS teams you can schedule.
Facts.
No.
Yeah. Alabama, Georgia. You guys, your schedules are soft, but you guys are still good. So I'm not going to knock it, but I am going to knock it. But
so, since we saw the first round, right, and what are the Elite 8 now, or whatever they want to call it?
yeah, top 8, Elite 8.
Top 8. Who do you think has a better chance of upsetting the favorite team next week?
Ohio State is going to upset Oregon.
Yeah, I think Ohio State has a huge chance of doing it.
They are favorites. Ohio State. So
Ohio State is
correct. They are favorites.
It's
a neutral site. So
but still,
I said Oregon's going to be upset.
I mean, they always say though too. It's hard to beat a team twice in 1 year.
I see how.
So, I mean, that's probably why. It's only 2.5. It's very close.
Like that flipper did.
To answer your question, I'm going to say it's Boise State. Might sound crazy, but I think they're the likely of the teams, because the other games are close. Like Ohio State's close, Notre Dame, Georgia close, right? So it's really the ASU or Boise State is who we think.
What about Georgia and Notre Dame? Is Beck's out, right?
Oh, I heard he's gonna be
Yep.
out for the rest of the playoffs too.
Oh, I thought he was just out for the first round.
I heard, yeah. He might come back, but definitely for this
injury,
first round, he's out. Definitely this first one. I think he messed up his elbow pretty bad. I mean,
I think Notre Dame's going to win that game.
So much force on that thing, man.
I think Notre Dame's going to be in the semifinals then.
I could see it. Yeah, they are underdogs. Yeah, I was going to say they're favorites,
but
I think they're
Marcus
underdogs.
Freeman is coaching out of his mind right now. So,
No.
but yeah, do we want to move on? I know people are tired of hearing about other teams rather than USC stuff. So, let's move on to the transfer portal updates. Some huge updates. All right, so this is what everyone is here for. This is what everyone's excited for. But USC got some huge additions out of the transfer portal. So we got huge defensive linemen. We have Keeshawn Silver and Jamal Jah Jarrett, combining almost 700 pounds on that defensive line, depending on where you're looking at. But they are massive additions. So, and then we also do have DJ Harvey. We've talked about him before, and then we also have Eli Sanders that we did mention in our last live here. But go ahead and tell me what your guys' thoughts on these huge additions. Let's start with Raul.
Before you start, Blackie Chan, I was going to say Blackie Chan just took out a great video on it just yesterday. So if you guys haven't watched it, make sure you guys go and watch that video.
Yep, thank you. But yeah, Raul, thoughts?
Now I'm excited. Obviously, like a lot of fans, I was getting a little bit anxious because we weren't really hearing much. And like I said, I till this point, I don't have expectations. I'm just gonna let the dominoes fall into place and wait until the actual season starts before, I get my hopes up for next year. But I do think that the team is going to be moving in the right direction, and we're going to be, a tough team to beat next year. Especially from the two additions we got this past week. I think it's still going to, we're going to get a few more. I think we're going to be in a good spot. And Lincoln Riley, like I've mentioned, just take some accountability, learn from some of your mistakes, and I think you can get us to the promised land. I know it sounds crazy for some of you guys, but prior to Lincoln Riley having these two bad seasons, he was one of the top coaches in college football. So let's not completely lose hope on Lincoln Riley, getting his things together.
Yeah. Guns.
Yeah, so I'm gonna talk about Eli Sanders. I think this guy is getting some not some shine, and I think he deserves shine. I mean, this guy's very underrated. I think this is a diamond in the rough. Over 300 carries, over 1,700 yards, almost 6 yards a carry. He had 7 yards last year. I don't know what the situation was to go from Iowa State to New Mexico. I'm gonna assume they probably might have just kind of got pushed out a little bit, wasn't going to get the job and just wanted to get a full opportunity. And again, this kid is pretty quick. From what I read, he's one of the quickest running backs out there, so would be big time. And then, yeah, of course, I mean, we'll talk about the big two defensive linemen, right? We got definitely two big-time D tackles. One, Keeshawn Silver, played over 600 snaps the last 2 years each season, so he's definitely got some snaps and reps, more experienced. Jarrett is definitely somewhat raw, but so much potential. Can definitely, he can get Henny can get his hands on him and just do some special things. So,
got 3 years, right?
Yeah, I think redshirt freshman, and I know we're probably going to talk about targets in the future. We are going to talk about targets, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll hold off on what I'm going to say then until the target section. But, yeah, I mean, so far, you can call me crazy, but this is an A. Again, this needs to continue, right? This progress and what they're doing to keep that A, in my opinion. But I mean, thus far, we've gotten some of the positions that were huge needs, right?
Yeah.
Defensive lineman, running back, right? We lost Joyner. These other positions, honestly, linebacker, call me crazy, but wide receiver, those to me are not huge priorities. So,
we
I'm
got a
very,
punter too, right?
happy with what it is. Say it again.
We got a punter too.
We got
Correct. Yep, got a punter. That's good to go. Yes, but
doesn't look like he signed them.
no offense to the punter. We're all focused about the trenches here. So, yeah, huge priority. So,
all right, and B Jones, I guess we're grading now. We'll go ahead and give a grade now.
All right, I'm gonna hold off on that grade right now. I just want to make a quick apology to the coaching staff. We beat you guys up a little bit. I'm not gonna say it wasn't warranted. I mean, we got a little triggered because we got off to a slow start in the portal, and we were having flashbacks to last year. So that was the reasoning behind it. But I'm apologizing for the hypocrisy, because we also said that we need to trust this staff, right? We said that on this show many times, and so I apologize for our hypocrisy here. But yeah, man, they knocked it out the park. They definitely knocked it out the park. We're all getting scared for a minute, man, as a fan base. But yeah, they made it up to us. But I still would like to see some linebackers coming in, of course, and O-line. Definitely need to shore that up.
Yep.
I'm sure we will. It looks like we're going in that direction. So, yeah, overall grade, you have to give us an A. We got body types that we haven't even seen on SC's campus in quite some time, man.
I didn't even know they existed.
Right. I don't remember the last 320 plus guy, that we had. So,
yeah.
And man, that boy Jah Jarrett can move, man. That dude can fly for that size, man. So, I'm interested to see what him.
Get out of his way.
Yep.
No, definitely.
Get him a goal line touch.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, but B Jones did apologize, so I will attach myself to that, his apology. I'm not going to say it out loud because I still was. It was just kind of frustrating. It's definitely just frustrating to see other schools moving ahead, and it felt like we were falling behind. And
hey, listen, our reason wasn't unwarranted. You know, what I'm saying? It wasn't unwarranted. I'm just apologizing for the hypocrisy.
Okay. But yeah, it was just frustrating to see the other schools feeling like they were getting a lead start on us when it felt like we were going to be attacking the portal, which we ended up attacking the portal and getting the what everyone has been clamoring for, and almost 700 pounds between them. And Keeshawn he's a mammoth of a beast, former 5-star that committed to North Carolina and then went to Kentucky. Now is with us, and he has all the talent. He has experience, which is something that we've been looking for. And then Jah Jarrett, he's definitely going to be molded by Coach Henne, and Henne definitely knows what he's going to be doing. You saw what he did with Kobe Pepe, you saw what he did with Gavin Meyer, you saw what he has been doing with all these young guys as well. So, and it's definitely a huge testament. And just seeing these other guys, these bigger guys that are going to get the Henne treatment, it's going to be exciting to see how this all happens and how this all carries out. Because just if we just had Keeshawn at all this year, I think this defensive line could have been that much better. He may not have been on the field the whole time or whatever, but just having his presence on that defensive line is just taking up double teams. Having him on there with Kobe and I'm blanking on names right now, but still, it's just it would have been a night and day, I feel like. But other than that, AZ Weedo said Rakes. Yeah, but we never saw him ever because he was gone before he even started here.
Who?
Exactly.
Who was that? Can't remember.
Exactly. But
yeah, all I'd say is I think these ones are different situations, but you never know. things could definitely change. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Gotta let it play out.
But yeah, but other than that, like DJ Harvey though, like just looking at some of his film that he's had, like he's definitely he's a day one starter in my opinion. He has that ball hawk skill. He's a sure tackler. He's all that we need right now to replace Jalen Smith at this point, because he's gonna leave a huge gap on the perimeter when he leaves. So definitely happy with DJ Harvey, who did pick off OU's future quarterback, which everyone's already claiming that he's going to be a Heisman now at this point. But yeah, he had a great season at Washington State. So, but still, come on. Just because he's following his offensive coordinator going to Oklahoma does not automatically mean he's going to be a Heisman Trophy winner. Okay. But yeah, other than that, like, I guess I'll give this an A as well. Like, Keeshawn was on the top of our list. Like, that was like the first name that we threw out there when the transfer portal opened. And we normally are not used to getting the guy that is on our list. So it's definitely very refreshing to be able to land that guy. Like, I know a lot of people wanted Jaheim Otis or David Blay, which would have been nice to have David Blay, but other than that, it's just like they knocked it out of the park with our wish list and perspectives in that situation. So, but yeah, and now we still have a lot of holes to fill though. Like offensive line is definitely like the next key position we have to attack. Like, that has to be priority at this point, because we're missing out on pretty much a whole side of the line, minus our right guard. So
well, we lost our star right tackle, so got big shoes to fill.
Damn Auburn, damn you. Yeah, just
We're
like
going into targets now.
Last year. Yeah, we can go to targets here. So, in the chat, go ahead and let us know what your guys' targets for any position. Doesn't matter if you want to add more defensive line. We want to add more defensive line, but let us know your targets. So, but yeah, Guns, what are some targets you're hoping for your
list? Let's start offensive side. I think this would be helpful, and then if you guys have any names, we'll pop it out. So let's go offensive tackle. I agree. The next huge priority, and I think they can call it really the only huge priority right now, is offensive line. Center, right guard, or right tackle, excuse me, right? We got Pregnon coming back. We got Page, and we got Noah. You definitely can, bring in another guard just to kind of compete with Noah, just to kind of make sure, hey, nothing's always certain, right? So just to kind of keep them going and keep them straight. But big time, I think it'd be right tackle. If you want to choose one of the positions, center or right tackle, I think we should be paying the big bucks. And one of the guys that we should be paying the big bucks, Washington State's right tackle. I'm gonna definitely butcher this guy's name, but Falele Famu. Man, he's plays right tackle. Big time, one of the top tackles in the portal. Currently in the portal visiting. We'll see what happens. I haven't heard much. Again, no real connection here with us with this one, but I think he's one of the top guys to look at. Another guy is somebody that have connections with is Andrew Gentry. I'm open to seeing what he's about and coming from Michigan. So we'll see if we kick the tires with him again. I know we've tried to just keep in contact and whatnot. But
didn't he enter the portal last year?
I'm not sure. Maybe because the name sounds familiar. So would not be surprised if that was the case. But worth a look. Center. If you want to go in the center real quick, I was kind of looking a little bit. I know we mentioned the Wake Forest center before. Another name, Trevor Mayberry, comes out of Stanford, guard and center. So I don't know if he is open to being a center. I guess I'm do we think we need a center to compete with Keelan O'Connor? I guess I'm more open to him being the center if that does be the case. But again, I think you need to still bring in someone regardless and let them battle it out, and then whoever wins the job, go for it. But that's kind of why I think offensive tackle, right tackle is definitely key, and hopefully we open the checkbook for that. So,
All right.
what are you guys' thoughts on the offensive line? Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
the guy that I had my eye on, man, just came off the board, and that's he went to the Horgan Cucks, and that's
World.
World, yeah.
Yeah.
I would have loved him to our right tackle, but he's off the board now. So I don't know if we made much of an effort, if at all, to get him. But yeah, man. Aside from that, I haven't really updated. Gotten really update on the portal. So I'm just kind of browsing names here, but
I wish we would have. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, you got it.
I was hoping that we would have went after. Well, he's an offensive guard, but Wendell Moe. I don't know if he would be willing to slide over to center, but he has a side center.
He's at Tennessee too. I don't know if he officially signed, but
it looks like signed.
Yeah, exactly. You never know. Yeah,
we should have really went after Eugene Brooks. I was really hoping that we can secure him, but hey, we could still secure him. We can. Money talks.
Yeah, never know. But yeah, I think we could definitely get a big time tackle, get a good solid center, let him compete with O'Connor, and I think this whole line can be something next year, really.
Yeah. All right. Anything
defense, right?
Yeah, we can go. Is there any wide receivers that you were thinking about?
Wide receivers. I did have a name. Basically, I would just say in particular, hopefully they target like redshirt freshmen, young wide receivers. I think from a numbers standpoint, eligibility, I think it makes sense. Right, we only had one wide receiver come in last year, Xavier. So I think just kind of getting another one, kind of pair him would make sense. Somebody that is a redshirt freshman, and we actually did play against this kid, Shelton Sampson Jr. out of LSU, redshirt freshman. Didn't play much, so he's definitely raw from that standpoint, from a production, but a talented kid. Right, Louisiana, they definitely know how to produce wide receivers, in my opinion. So, worth a look. Maybe we have Henny's got some connections with them. So, but yeah, I just think in general, redshirt freshman.
So you're not thinking of any wide receivers that are a little bit more veterans?
No, I mean, me personally, I want to keep Jacoby and Makai, Xavier. I want to keep Jay Fair. I want to keep those guys as happy as possible. I think those are a good starting four, in my opinion, to go into next year. We have a couple freshmen that potentially could get into rotation. Again, we had 17 wide receivers, including walk-ons last year. That is insane. All right. I played college football 25, and I don't think I've rostered 17 wide receivers in one season.
Right.
Like, that is insane. So, like, I really hope, which I think is happening, we are shortening the rotations. We're shortening the room up. It's probably going to maybe 12. Let's say that's 5 less spots that could be used in the defensive line room, DB room, whatever the case may be, running back room. So, I think, and I think that's why we missed on some of these the wide receivers, right? Jordan Dwyer. I think some of these guys want more of an opportunity. I think they're,
looking to be the man somewhere for sure.
You know who we should have went out after in the transfer portal? Joseph Manjack.
What a name.
I think we would go after Mike Jack before Manjack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Manjack.
Hey, he can come back. Hey, I think that'd be a great opportunity for him to come back.
Didn't UCLA have a solid wide receiver that entered the portal?
Yeah, he already signed with Florida.
Florida, yeah, that's correct. That's correct.
Which, like, how DJ ended up finishing, I'm not surprised.
Yeah.
So it would have been nice to get him. It would have been fun just to bring another UCLA player over, but other than that, let's go ahead and jump into the defensive side here then.
All right, so let's go defensive line. So kind of been, I would say, hitting at this, but I sent to these guys pre-show. So defensive line, I really think, from an edge standpoint, let's bring in a young freshman, a young redshirt freshman, similar to kind of Fountain's eligibilities, and might kind of replace the Sam Green in a sense. But I think what that does, and hopefully what will happen, is that they slide Tompkins out the edge. Now, hear me out, right? They were doing this in the second half of the season, right? He could be like a Swiss Army, right? Certain opportunities, he could be the 3 tech, mostly the 5. And then what you do is you stack up on a Travis Shaw. You stack up on a DeMarge Lewis. You stack up the actual interior linemen, big 330-pound guys, and then just have Tompkins and whoever else, those 4 guys. You have Tompkins, Lucas, Cameron Fountain, and Shelby. I mean, that's a pretty crazy rotation of edges right there, in my opinion. And then you got the inside boys just going crazy. So, I mean, that's my thoughts. That's kind of what the staff was doing a little bit in the second half. Was he was getting pushed to the edge, more of the 5 tech. So, I mean, why not? Guy can be moved around. He could definitely play the D tackle. I know weight is a bit of a concern. He was 285. Maybe he can get up more, but I mean, I think 285 might be like perfect for him in a way. Like, he was moving pretty good, so worth a look. Yeah.
Do you think he is one of the silent commits? Maybe DeMarge?
Possibly. I know he did visit A&M. I don't know if he's visited anywhere else after the A&M visit. I know there's been some chatter from like Woody. Woody's reached out to him, let him know, hey man, what's good. Would not be surprised if he is, because we have a great opportunity to really get multiple big time 300-pound guys. You got Carline, you got Donos coming. I mean, we can do some crazy things with Lynn, some crazy packages. So it'd be pretty wild. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the whole defensive line room, and kind of my thing I was talking about. So yeah.
All right. Any other thoughts? Anything you want to add on to B. Jones?
No, I'm mad that we didn't get the Grambling linebacker either, man. I forgot where he signed. The linebacker from Grambling State. I can't even right now.
Nick, I thought it was like Nick something.
Terrence asked the question earlier. Elliot Donald.
That's his nephew, right?
Yes.
He is related. I haven't heard much in general with him. Hey, I mean that's worth a look. I mean, I think he played more edge, correct? I mean, hey, I mean that'd be like a kind of what I was thinking, just somebody that can kind of come in, work, and get better, and maybe crack into the rotation. So,
and he's transferring from Pitt, right?
Correct. Yep.
And that would be pretty cool to have him on there, and then also.
How about this? We give Donald a chance here, but Aaron Donald needs to come in as a coach too, though.
Yeah, have him be a what is it called, recruiter.
I mean, why not? There's no limit now, so just hey, if he's happy with the pay and some of the travel, I mean, why not?
I mean, that has been rumored in the past, man. So you never know, man. We'll see what happens after the bowl game.
Have him, and then somehow give Pete Carroll a spot as well. I mean, Pete Carroll could be a GM.
I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Supposedly we're gonna hear something, definitely by January, end of
Hey.
January. So
Pete Carroll knows what he knows how to recruit. He knows. I don't know if he knows the money side of it, but
yeah, that's the thing. I think that's where what we really need, somebody that like can break it down, understands agents, so on and so forth. Because that's definitely
I'm
what's
sure
happening
Pete
now.
Carroll has dealt with agents in the past. So
For sure. So I don't know if we were going over some other positions, but I just wanted to pop in corner. I know that's definitely I would say a medium priority because we definitely have DJ Harvey now. I think we still just need 1 to 2 more. But Scooter Jackson out of Utah Tech, I some good numbers, 8 pass deflections. Did visit USC, so he's got some connection with us. He shut down his recruitment. He's down to 3 schools. So maybe we hear something in the next day or so, next week. But that would be a good target, I think, to come in. Good size, 6'1". So yeah, good frame. So that I would just say, another cornerback, 1 to 2. But I still think defensive line is a big thing. If we can get a Travis Shaw, for example, I don't know if he's still in there. I know there were some rumors of him potentially going back to North Carolina. I mean, that'd be huge. Him, Keeshawn, Jah. Yeah, maybe he's coming. Sorry, that's in Texas. But anyway, yeah, that'd be cool, man. And then Slide Tompkins can move him around, man. There'd be some stuff, especially because we did the 5-man front sometimes. Just imagine Keeshawn, Travis Shaw, and Jarrett, or whoever else, right? Or Lewis, if we get him too. Like that's some big size right there. Good luck trying to run on us.
Yeah, true.
The line is looking to be dominant this year, man. So
hopefully,
of course, we'll improve our secondary by default. So
yeah.
Real
quick, Terrence, who's committing on Christmas? But
Elliott Donald.
Okay, all right. We're going to be transitioning to basically the end of the show here. But wait, what? We're going to open it up to some people in the chat, and we did have someone in the.
Oh, he's talking about Scooter Jackson. Got it. Okay.
Nice. Scooter. Okay.
Yeah, hopefully it's a good Christmas for us then.
But yeah, really quick, like and share, subscribe, do all that good stuff. We have 137 people watching, so we really appreciate it. I think we have we have 67 people watching on Twitter. So venture on over to the YouTube land and show some love. So we'd really appreciate that if you guys could do that. But other than that, we'll go ahead and put the link in the chat real quick. So if you guys want to join, we did have someone here. We had an extra special guest coming in, but he left the lobby. So hopefully he can come back here. But if you guys want to join the lobby, join in with the crew and say what's up and give us your thoughts on the transfer portal people that we just got. Go ahead and jump in.
What do you guys want?
Yeah.
How did the USC Trojans perform this week?
Oh God. Okay. So Sam Darnold. Okay, people need to put respect on Sam Darnold's name. I know. Kevin O'Connell. He's been doing great with quarterbacks right now, but the fact of what he's been doing, yes, Justin Jefferson is a great wide receiver, and Jordan Addison, great wide receiver, but he's throwing dimes to these guys. It's not that he's just throwing jump balls and they're making insane plays and insane catches, but he's throwing them in stride. So it's just yes, we need to get over that stigma of his whole Jets and Carolina stints, because you look at what they're doing right now. They can't even win with Aaron Rodgers half the time. So and I'll give Bryce Young, he's starting to come alive with them, but he could be doing a lot better with other teams. So those are just some horrible programs who, at the time that Sam was on the team, had horrible coaching staffs. So Sam is lighting it up. He needs to get some love in the MVP race because he's winning games for them. They had a horrible game, horrible run game this today, and he won it with his arm. So
yeah, that pass he threw was a dime at the end.
it was remnants of the kind of that Penn State game. Like he threw it in a
Got hit. Yeah,
small window, and he was killing it. And then
I see that.
Caleb Williams, he's been like they haven't been winning, but he's having a hell of a second half of the season. Like he has 10 touchdowns, 0 interceptions in the last 6 or 7 games.
Yeah, like 300 pass attempts or something like that. I saw pretty crazy.
So the Trojans are killing it. Amon-Ra St. Brown, of course, is having a season. He's still one of the best wide receivers in all of the NFL, and I have a bet with someone saying that he would have a better season than Justin Jefferson. So we'll see how that goes. But overall, like the Trojans are just killing it right now.
Absolutely.
What other Trojans are doing good right now? Jordan
Addison's coming. Yeah, he's coming along lately.
Addison could be a starting receiver for any team right now.
Absolutely.
Leonard Williams is killing it.
Yeah, Bullock.
Caleb Bullock. He's having like a defensive play rookie of the year right now. With he's top 5 in interceptions right now for Houston.
Insane.
So yeah, like he's having a good season. Who else is
Drake London?
Drake London.
Yeah,
now that they benched their expensive ass quarterback.
Yeah. That system that Kirk was in is just not for him. He plays off of play action.
Yeah.
And they just want somebody to sit in the pocket and throw the ball like Penix does. They honestly probably should have done the move so much earlier, but they just probably was like, we gotta try, we gotta keep going. But yeah, I think it's a huge thing for London.
What were you gonna say?
Penix Sam can do some cool things in Atlanta, to be honest.
What were you saying, B. Jones?
I was saying you guys didn't mention the Sun God.
Oh, I mentioned him already.
Okay.
Yeah. Like no, Amon-Ra St. Brown's easily top 5 wide receiver in the game right now, maybe top 3. Going against him, Justin Jefferson, and who else can you really put up there?
Smith.
He had a touchdown last week.
Yeah.
CD's up there, but it depends on yard. You're just talking about like yardage, like who's got the most?
Just
yards?
all around. Like
I mean Chase is up there for sure. I mean that
Jamar Chase, Jamar Chase is.
Yeah, man, it is.
But so those are the top 3 right now.
Might be crazy to say, but I might want Chase over Justin Jefferson. Like if you had to choose between those, because they're 2 LSU guys, there's that's kind of always like our conversation. And
Joe Burrow, but see, it doesn't help that. Well, it does help, but like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase are like BFFs.
Dude, their connection it's unreal.
They've been together since college.
Yeah.
So of course they're going to have unreal connection.
Yeah, man. That team in college was stupid. They were just literally just doing all goes. Joe Burrow was throwing that ball up, and they were just touchdown.
Yeah. So he of course he's going to have insane chemistry with Jamar Chase.
Sure.
He basically told them to draft him because why not have the your best wide receiver?
Burrow's not going to be happy.
So. Yeah, I'd still have Justin Jefferson. Like Justin Jefferson, he can go up and get the ball. Like Jamar Chase he'll get open for you, but Justin Jefferson's always open for you.
Yo, my Raiders can't even tank right, man.
Could you imagine if you guys had Bo Nix?
Hey, Bowers though. Bowers is nasty, man.
Bowers.
Hey, you just need a QB, right? And then some low line, I'm sure, and then you got something maybe.
Yeah,
Bowers is nasty.
At least
like 12 catches a game is crazy.
This win gets us out of the Shador Sanders.
Yeah, I saw that.
And the other
Moore, yeah.
I don't even want a quarterback this year. I want a good O line or something.
Hey, people do say, man, you should really focus on everything around the quarterback until everything. Make sure they're ready before the quarterback.
Yeah, I'm sure Caleb would have appreciated that.
Hey, Bears thought they did. They obviously don't.
God, some of the stuff that they like those tackles just like they watch people just go by like, oh, see ya. All right, there he is. All right, so we have the man, the myth, the legend. Y'all know him. We have Carter Sports. How's it going, Carter?
What's up, gang? Y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? I'm still off the high from yesterday. I'm still fine high from the other day.
Right.
Yeah, definitely excited. Have a pep in my step after this week.
Yeah, I had cut out. I had missed. Y'all was talking about the target list. Who got on the defensive target list real quick?
Say that again.
Who do we have on the defensive target list?
All right, Guns, take that away. That's all you.
Defensive side, like who we've gotten or who we're targeting. Sorry.
Yeah, target.
Who's targeting? Y'all know about targets, upcoming visits, and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I know DeMarge Lewis from Purdue. He visited Georgia Kid. I know he visited A&M after our visit. I'm not sure if there's any more visits with him as of right now. I know there's some whispers on him potentially being a silent commit. I don't know if you were listening earlier, Carter, but I mentioned Tompkins potentially being moved to an edge spot, to maybe opening up another spot for a guy like Travis Shaw, for example, right, or whatnot. I just think that this is a good opportunity for the staff to get more 300-pound guys for the interior. Tompkins, was definitely being pushed more to the edge in the second half of the season for pass rushing opportunities. So I just think it really makes the perfect sense. So I don't think we're done there from a defensive line standpoint. I know there is a dead period for visits this upcoming, pretty much the end of the year until like a few days into the new year. So I'm pretty sure they can still communicate, from my understanding, just no visits. But yeah, and then cornerback Scooter Jackson, he's a corner out there, Utah Tech. He's supposedly committing, according to Terrence, our guy Terrence here, on Christmas. So hopefully, we have a good Christmas. Good frame, 6'1". Had good stats at Utah Tech. I know it's a lower division school, but he was definitely producing there. So I trust Belk there. But that's kind of it right now. I think the dead period will, just kind of keep us quiet. But I just don't think we're not done at the interior defensive linemen. So, and you can definitely see us getting two more big boys. So,
you know what I'm most excited about though? Not just the pickups, what it signifies. I feel like us getting Silver and Jarrett signifies we got more money. So right before them signings happened, I got some inside information. Been building up my resources. I got information. And before we got Silver and Jarrett, 24 million supposed to be allegedly. That's what I heard from the inside. I also heard that our coaching staff is they hearing the cries, right? So they to focus more on California kids, even in the portal, right? So not just the signings, just the thing I'm hearing from the inside. I think we turning that, right? I feel like our money situation is better, and the direction we go, we focus more on California, and then we got targeted back. So what it shows me is we put on the trenches, and we willing to pay for it. If y'all don't keep on doing it, he had to compete. So it excites me that we were able to compete with a player that everybody else wanted and come out on top. So that's what I'm more excited about, is the future program.
Yeah, I agree. I think the money, I know that's why mostly what I heard, but I think the money part is, we're showing it. We do have the money. I know at times the money isn't dispersed correctly, to what we feel. That's why a GM will come in and hopefully again by end of January is where we hear to really shape that. But at the end of the day, we have the money, And I think that's the good thing, is that we are showing that we're paying these kids, at least from what they were getting offered in the SEC. I think that's what you got to do at the end of the day. I mean, we're trying to compete with those guys, right? So, yes, excited for what can happen. So,
and talking about that, Carter, I know you're Lincoln Riley's biggest fan, right, Carter?
Yeah, we joking around. Yeah. I got a love-hate relationship with Lincoln Riley.
I think what we ended up doing, we kind of lightened the load when it came to our NIL with some other players, possibly. At least I'm not going to say that we told them we don't want to pay them, but I'm just saying we kind of moved some of our NIL from one location, moving on to another side of the ball. So
but kind of going to the whole Lincoln Riley and Carter being his biggest fan, but Lincoln Riley is learning from some of his mistakes, guys. He's serious about developing a big defense, and AC Weedle mentioned it. He's allocating more of those funds on the defensive side of the ball. So that tells me that Lincoln Riley, at the very least, is paying attention to some of his previous mistakes and realizes, okay, maybe I need a defense to help me, when I'm struggling a little bit on the offensive side. So that alone makes me have some hope that, Lincoln Riley will make those necessary adjustments to, get us over the hump. And at the very least, make the playoffs next year.
But look,
so what you're saying is, Raul, is that you think that Lincoln Riley watches the Light the Torch podcast?
Oh, I'm not saying that. I know he watches.
Okay.
Hey, Lincoln Riley, if you're in the chat, say what's up.
Hey, guess what else I heard though, guys? I also heard that Coach Henny, whatever he doing, they said the NIL, they giving Coach Henny whatever he want.
As they should.
They give him whatever he want.
So let the man cook.
Yeah, so they letting Coach Henry cook. So that's one of the problems that I have with Riley. I feel like Coach Henry, he didn't pound at the table like, hold on, if y'all want this dog work, if y'all want the results in your investment, I need this bag to get these players.
Yeah, right. He said, if you want me to stay here, let me work.
Right, right, exactly. So I just want to let y'all know.
You cut out there. You cut out there right now, Carter.
Oh yeah, because I'm in the. I know the inside information. Hold up. I know we all know about the signings, but what I'm being here from the inside is even greater for that. So when I'm hearing about the inside, expect more, y'all. Expect the kid from Purdue. Expect him to commit too. I think he a silent commit. I don't know if y'all talked about that. So expect to see it come, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
See, yeah, and I hear what you're saying, Raul. Like he is learning from the defensive aspect.
Hey, I never said he's gonna learn everything at once. I'm saying that gives me hope that he's
capable of learning.
Yeah, exactly.
TBD,
that's what I'm saying.
TBD.
Yeah, like there's hope, and I appreciate that he's given us the hope on the defensive aspect of it. Just needs to fine tune some of the other aspects. Like we know he has the ability to call offensive plays. Like he has the capability of being an offensive genius. It's just this season was a huge setback for him when it came to calling plays, and it's been kind of going downhill since last year as well. But it's in there. Like he's capable of doing it. So we just need that old Lincoln Riley to come back and say hi and say, "Oh yeah, I remembered to run the ball," because we had one of the best running backs in all of the nation on our team, and he didn't get nearly as much touches that he should have. But he definitely has the capabilities, and I do see that he's learning, and I'm hoping that this is like. I'm glad he's learned on the defensive side of the ball. That's the one aspect that we were kind of harping on the whole time, even when he first got here, is the defensive side. So he's getting it. He's learning it. He's starting to talk about defense more in these press conferences, which is good. But just put it all together.
Yeah.
All right,
All right, real quick. My bad, Carter. I mean, cut you off.
now go ahead.
I got to give a shout out to our guy B Jenkins, man.
Right.
In regards to the transfer portal thing and the moves, he called it first, man. He saw exactly what the play was from the jump, man.
You talk about Brian Jenkins?
Yes.
Okay.
Brian,
yeah.
that was right. That was on your show, right, Carter? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. B Jinx was talking us all off the ledge.
Yeah, for sure, man. So B, we appreciate your wisdom, man. We appreciate your ability to calm us down, man, because we was all turned on Carter's live there, man. We was ready to tear the whole place up, man. So
hey, they be listening though, B Jones. They be listening to us.
Sure.
They got to.
For
Because
sure.
also I'm hearing that we finna slim down. Also, I'm hearing we gonna slim down on the receiver rotation too. You know, I was complaining about that all year. Like we shouldn't put through 7, 8 receivers.
That's
So
what I want to hear.
Yeah, I'm also hearing that too. Like we gonna have a tighter receiver rotation.
But see, one thing I'm excited for is, you know how we had those before and after pictures with Benny Wiley? Just imagine those with Keeshawn and Jamal. Like they're going to stay the same size, but fucking huge. They're gonna be like freaking E-Man. Like E-Man was a freak. Like those pictures that he had, I know they were probably after a session in the gym still, but come on, like if we can get them to like get that much stronger with Benny Wiley and still be the same size, that's gonna be scary.
They should be able to be a wall. Like when you that big, you should be able to at least hold your ground. We should see no push up the middle on us, right? Them dudes both like 350, 340 in the Wiley program. Henny coaching, we should be getting penetration, tackles for losses, and I think they're gonna free up our edges. I think this gonna make Shelby look better. This gonna make Fountain look better.
Our linebackers
and everything.
Gentry's gonna be roaming free.
Roaming free. That's what we need too.
Yeah.
And all I want now is just let's get an edge. Let's get an edge. I love Shelby. I love Fountain. But I still want one more edge. What y'all think about that? That's what I was asking my fans. Like, y'all think we set on the D line, or we need a couple more? And I feel like we need an edge.
I feel like kind of what Guns mentioned. I'd rather get a 330, 340 guy than edge because we're pretty much we're good on edge. We got Lucas, we got Fountain, Shelby, and Tompkins, right? Like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Not only that, Raul, just we still have EG who can come off the edge as well.
Eric Gentry, when he was coming off the edge, he was easily getting into that backfield and tripping up the running backs, or he led the team in tackles for loss, coming off the edge, and sacks. So he's definitely off the edge as well. So I'm really excited. And we have Elijah Newby, and we have some freaks coming in that are still. We're going to see them coming out in the Texas A&M game. I can tell you that.
I wouldn't mind getting a young guy though.
Yeah, young guy.
Gus Bus.
Oh yeah. Oh man, how can we forget that?
Gus Bus
would be a 5-star. So yeah,
Gus Bus is going to be insane. I can see him making some huge leaps in for us as a freshman. Like if you haven't seen Gus Bus's his film, like dude, he's a freak and he's fast. But we were just talking about Mike Jack, B Jones, and he just posted up some film, and that film don't lie. So come back, man.
Yo, Carter, you got any targets for edge?
Patrick Payton out of Florida State.
What position?
Marvin Jones out of Florida State.
Jones from Florida State. Yeah.
So it's a couple of edges out there. Getting the next one, but it's like 2 or 3 of them that I would give a shot. But I know Patrick Payton, he was like the highest rated edge in the portal. But now at the Tennessee, I'm scouring their roster. Have y'all looked at Tennessee roster? They already had a DB hop in the portal.
Well, we're gonna see some of the. We're gonna start seeing some of these players that were in these playoff teams hit in the portal probably. Yeah, and Peyton did sign with the LSU from what AZ said.
Oh, when he's not. Oh, okay.
Or at least he committed to them, or he's verbally signed a contract with this other team. I'm not saying committed anymore.
Well, I feel like the board talent gonna hop out now. The playoffs is coming. It's gonna be a whole nother cycle. I think we gonna. But y'all cool if we don't get no edge. Y'all cool with the D line. Y'all want one more D lineman? What? Y'all answer my question.
I'm happy with the D line that we have right now. Edge. We have a pretty solid. We have a solid. What is it called? Depth behind it, and we have Ratmana Bulabulavu as well, so he can probably play some edge maybe. And shout outs to USCJ. Thanks for.
Yeah, I think if Tompkins definitely moves to the edge, you find a replacement for Sam Green, a young guy that can still develop, for the future. Get another 1 to 2 big time D linemen. I mean, that's Lynn can do a lot of stuff with that.
Yeah.
So,
and these guys are going to have another year in Lynn's scheme, so there's definitely going to be some huge improvements. I feel like I definitely feel like this defense is going to take another huge leap next year, and this could be our strength of our team next year is going to be our defense as long as we get the secondary intact a little bit more. But other than that, I think that defensive line could prove huge for us now.
Let's talk about the secondary for a quick second.
Yeah.
What do you guys
think? I was just gonna say same thing. I was gonna say since you guys brought up secondary next year. Any word on DeCarlos Nicholson getting that additional year? That would be.
He's fighting for it.
He is
fighting for it.
Yeah, he about to go to court.
Is he about to go to the court?
That's what he's working on right now.
Was asking for legal advice on Twitter. Like
I saw that. Yeah. He better call Paul.
Man. Where my guy Phil Parker at?
Yeah, but I do. So since I know we were going after some safeties at one point, but now that Kamari Ramsey's coming back, thank God, that definitely kind of scared off. I feel like some potential safeties. But we're still going to need some corners to fill out as well, and nickel, I would say. But I'm hoping that Celis can really take a huge leap from that corner side.
Yeah, listen, man, Braylon Conley, Celis, those dudes can play, man.
I ain't gonna
Conley is very striking.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I expect Conley to be more. I expect him our next Jalen Smith. I feel like he's
I was gonna say I think Scooter Jackson makes sense for like what we're talking about, right? Like let the young guys still play, but have somebody that has experience that can come in if needed, right? So I think he kind of fits that perfect build of what we're trying to look for.
Yeah,
somebody
so
can compete, but you know.
Is Prophet Brown going to be coming back?
PB is coming back.
Yeah,
Prophet Brown coming back. Okay. Prophet Brown's coming back. We're losing out on John Humphrey.
Beavers got another year too, right? Am I mistaken? Anthony Beavers.
Beavers. Let me take a look here.
Beavers is back. Yeah, he'll be a redshirt senior.
Yeah,
I don't believe he walked, right?
What do you think about moving Beavers to linebacker?
That's where he was playing in this last game against Notre Dame.
Right.
Oh, and another thing, if y'all don't know, my bad to cut you off, but another thing, look out for the young guys to play. I heard that a lot of our freshmen go play. Isaiah Rubin, Conley, Celis, Jay Walker.
Is Malachi Crawford? He got injured, right?
Marquise,
Marquise Gallegos. I heard he's gonna get some run too.
Yeah,
is he going to be playing cornerback or going to be at safety?
I think safety.
Okay. Yeah, but we did Malachi Crawford. Is he out for the season? Like I could recall that he
was this past season, but I think he'll be healthy by spring or fall.
Okay.
Yeah, he's definitely an option.
And we have a lot of young talent that is going to definitely see some play. Conley, Malachi Crawford. He has the size that Doug Belk likes. So we'll see. We'll definitely see. And I'm cautiously optimistic now. Like, I was a little nervous because we were kind of losing some players, but this will be good for us. And I think Texas A&M is still overrated in my opinion, but
yeah, they are.
Yeah. And,
I heard Kobe Pepe has one more season, and then Gavin Meyer has one more season too.
I heard about Kobe for sure. I was surprised, like, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, I knew Kobe did, but I didn't know about Gavin Meyer.
I think he's still gonna go in the NFL. I think.
Okay.
You think so?
But I think there's a possibility, but I think Kobe's gonna be the only one. That's just my feeling. So.
It would be nice to have Gavin Meyer come back because he toughed through a lot. He toughed through a lot of injuries. He had a club for a hand at one point, and he was still making plays.
Two. I think he had two hands at the end of the season.
Yeah, man.
Oh, 2 clubs.
Yep.
Dude was tough.
Yeah, Gavin Meyer is one of them dudes. He a great example for the young guys. In, you know what I'm saying? Lunch pay,
hard work.
Yeah.
Dog work.
Yeah, so I'll take Gavin Meyer back quick.
Definitely. But then Carlon Jones is definitely going to have a huge chance as long as he's healthy for this game. So freshmen are definitely going to be showing out in this game, at least on the defensive line.
Right.
Absolutely.
I want to see what Tobias Raymond look like too. He looked good at the Michigan game to me. So we thinking about offensive linemen. We got a first start judging at what we got at home first, right? So I want to see what Raymond look like. Everybody who just didn't play on the offensive line. I want to see what Micah looking like. If we gonna need a center, he's supposed to be the center for the future. Like when we think about it, next year really supposed to be Micah year. So how is he developing?
Yeah.
Right. So on our team, it's like depending on how our kids develop, we might not even need all what we think. Right? If all our kids develop, now we just gonna be 2-3 deep at every position. Even on the defensive line, like we got bodies, we had bodies before this, it was just unproven, right? So if our young guys take the next step, we compete for a championship because we go ahead.
I was just going to say, go ahead and finish your thought because we have another special guest coming in as well. So go ahead and finish your thought, Carter. Sorry.
Oh no, that's all I'm saying. Like if our young guys develop, we a stacked team.
Yeah, and then we also got Jade too, right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Real quick, I'm going to go ahead. We got USC royalty here. We have a USC. He's the man of the people. Like, you know him, you love him. If you're not following this man, like, are you a USC fan in general? So we got the man, the myth, the legend, USCJ.
Man, what's up, fellas? Man, you guys have to excuse me, man. I was gonna get on early, man, but my wife was giving me a pedicure and a facial, man. You hear me? You know what I mean? Hey, I was trying to get the whole treatment. You feel me?
Hey,
you're getting camera ready.
Hey, man. Hey, she was giving it to me, man. So you know, hey, look, I went out and played ball today, man. So I needed that. My muscle was aching, so I needed that treatment, man. You get what I'm saying? How you guys doing though?
I'm solid, man. I'm doing a lot better.
Good, yeah.
we have positivity over here.
Future's bright.
The future big time bright, man. It's bright, man. I'm extremely excited, man. For it seemed like we were headed to a place, man, to where we saw it on Twitter, we saw it everywhere. The energy was just so bad, man. And now, just within a matter of a couple decisions, man, that was made by a couple of young men that decided to make the USC football Trojans their home. Look, man, everything seems to have turned for the good, man. Now we still got to work on these offensive linemen, man. We still got a couple pieces. Thank God for Emmanuel Pregnon. Thank God for even Alani Noah, Michael Benuelos, some of those guys. But we still got a couple pieces, man, that I think we gotta get in order to complete this.
Yeah, seeing with my emotions that have been going on this whole week and just this whole season, just it reminds me of how much of a stranglehold USC football has over my emotions. Like USC
We can't. But see, Blackie Chan, I told somebody this, man. I said we gotta approach it. We get frustrated though, but we gotta approach it like we approach life. Even with our kids, anything in life, even with our jobs. We got bumps in the road on our job, man. We got bumps in the road with our kids, man. But at the end of the day, we gotta approach it like that and still believe in spite of what we see, right?
Yeah.
We got to continue that way. Otherwise, our energy is going to knock the players' energy off. The players' energy is going to knock the coaches' energy off. It's going to knock the recruits off. It's going to be a snowball effect, man. So we got to look at it and approach it from that way. And if we approach it that way, I think we're going to be in good shape, man.
Yeah. I just love this team so much, and it just frustrates me sometimes.
Jay, I was saying it earlier on the show that we're a lot better than a 6-6 team. That we would have been able to kept up better than some of these playoff teams, in my opinion.
Man, hey, listen, bro. We could have made it out of the first round. If we played SMU, and then we would have played. No, I would even say Clemson, even Tennessee. Look, that's why, a lot of people say, oh, you sunshine pupper, you doing this, you doing that. No, I'm not. I saw the way we played these teams this year. We went toe-to-toe with Penn State. We went toe-to-toe with Michigan. We barely lost. We didn't lose because of the personnel per se. We lost because of coaching. Well, and it's not even the defensive staff coaching. We lost because we didn't continue to run the ball. You put Miller Moss in a bad shape. We lost because we didn't run packages. You could have kept Miller in, like I always stated, and ran packages. Did you notice how other schools were doing that, running packages for certain quarterbacks? But then we had the whole thing unravel, and then now you had to switch the whole quarterback, and then you got all chaos taking place. You got people choosing sides. So, man, it starts from the top. It was bad decisions made, but this is a good football team, man. This is a good core group of guys, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we took Notre Dame to the limit until just some few passes at the end. We took Penn State to overtime, and we beat Nebraska, who really almost could have beat Ohio State. So
they did. They took them, was it like 19-17 final score?
Yeah,
something like that.
Just some unfortunate situations for us, and we see it now as we watch these playoffs. We're like, okay, we could have beat them. Okay, we could have beat them. We were hanging with this team. We were hanging with that team. It's hindsight at this point. It just sucks that some of the things that happened to us happened negatively to us. So
no doubt.
Yeah, Blackie Chen asked earlier, Jay. I want to hear you out because they probably call me a USC homer or delusional or whatever. But he said, if Caleb was in this team, do you think we make the playoffs? I said, absolutely. We probably go undefeated. But
what are your?
I mean, I think we run into. I think we still had the same issues as last year. We had Caleb. We had Caleb his first year, right? And we didn't make the playoffs. So my thing is, I'm not saying that if he was there, we probably would have had a better shot. We would have put up more points because we did average like 40 some points a game both years he was there. So I would say, yeah, I think I agree with that. But at the same time, Lincoln Riley has to make better. He has to make decisions of choosing to run the ball opposed to just being pass happy. You know what I mean? I think that's still something that he has to be disciplined enough to do in order to be a successful complete offensive coordinator. I don't think we need another offensive coordinator. I think Lincoln Riley. What's the purpose of us having Lincoln Riley if he can't be the offensive coordinator? That's what makes him Lincoln Riley, right? To me, that's what makes him Lincoln Riley. I don't see him being not calling plays, so he just has to be more disciplined as far as his approach to running the ball and be consistent. If we do that, I think because here's the thing, there's a science of the game. The more you run, the more you control the clock, the more you keep your defense off the field, and we won't be having the issues that we have. But if we don't do that, stay balanced, then the issues, continue to kick in.
Right. It's just especially frustrating when we prove that we can run on anybody.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because we literally had one of the best running backs in all of the nation last year or this season, and we
last year too. Marshawn Lloyd, same way.
Yeah. I was gonna say, what's crazy that Lincoln Riley might not run it, but he has an eye for his running backs, man. He's been getting solid running back in the portal, going back from Austin Jones, and then Marshawn Lloyd this year, Woody Marks, and then I'm forgetting somebody. No blocking, no rocky. I can't think of his name right now.
Yeah, Travis Dye.
And then this year, I'm excited about the running back this year too.
Yeah,
he knows how to get the right running back. He just needs to utilize him better.
Hey, well, this guy was only really getting like 18 touches a game, which sounds like us basically. So I mean, he was producing 7 yards a carry. So I mean, hey, he's used to getting 18 touches. Hopefully, he gets more. Hopefully, the running back room gets more. But yeah, he's used to it.
If Woody Marks would have just had maybe an average of like maybe 4 more rushes a game, I feel like that could have made a huge difference. 4 or 5 more rushes. Like if he was averaging like at least 23 to 24 rushes a game, then I think things would have been a lot different.
Yeah. So, Southern California Bomber said to prove the run game in the red zone. Let me get your guys' thoughts on that.
Yeah, we can prove the run game. I think we should have did some more. I think the week before, when Jaden Maava had that RPO that he ran in, we should have did that against Washington. Yeah. I mean, that was plain and simple. I mean, that wasn't even something hard to figure out. But I think with the option with him and running it and Woody Marks, I think that's the way we got to approach it this season.
It's weird. I feel like Lincoln Riley called more RPO in the red zone with Miller Moss than he did with Jaden, because Miller Moss had like 4 rushing touchdowns, or 3 or 4 rushing touchdowns before we put Jaden Maava in, and then the moment we get into the red zone with Jaden Maava, he doesn't call the RPO that often.
Well, he did it. He did it twice with UCLA, right? He scored. Did he score twice, or was it one time?
I think it was one time.
Okay. But he ran it. I think the first game he ran it, like he pumped off for like 15 yards, I think, one time. And then after that, it was like we really didn't see it a whole lot. I don't. Yeah, he ran it in from Nebraska, I think, twice. No, did he run it in twice from Nebraska? He had one game with you twice, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't recall.
But he just needs to be more consistent with the RPO, especially with the
absolutely
as the legs to do it.
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
That's my whole thing with air raid guys in general, man. I know Lincoln doesn't run the typical air raid, but he does. His principles are air raid. But it seems like the air raid guys always seem to struggle in the red zone, man. They're just a little too pass happy, man, for my liking.
Hey, what happened with Garrett Riley yesterday? He did the exact same thing that Lincoln Riley did, bro. He threw the ball in the red zone.
Exactly.
I don't really like to say this or talk about him really that much anymore, but Mark Culkin he was kind of right. He was like, has anyone ever seen Lincoln Riley and Garrett Riley in the same room before? Because he was acting just like him.
That's fun.
I haven't noticed him, but I do know that he called the exact same play. Yeah. Just in the playoff game just the other day, yesterday.
And I've heard people clamoring to get Garrett Riley on staff. Not at this point. It'd be the same offense.
I'll just say this, man. I mean, we don't need another one of those if we ain't gonna have no change. Yeah. As far as that go.
They probably be fighting on the sideline. They start wrestling because they get mad at each other.
I know, Blackie Chen, I know I couldn't make the previous podcast, but I know you guys asked a question about what can Lincoln Riley do to improve the team next year.
Yeah, what's one thing that you guys would have him change about himself or about how he coaches in the upcoming season?
For me, it would just be take accountability for your shortcomings. Everybody makes mistakes. You can be the best in the world at one thing, but nobody's perfect. And if he takes accountability and learns from that, I think, it'll go a long way.
Yeah. What about you, Jay? Well, what would you want him to improve on? One thing.
Man, I would say it's two really, but I just kind of named one that I was running. But the second thing would be Makai Lemon. Look, Zachariah Branch, Makai Lemon, that situation, I just felt like you waited way too long. You see one guy has the LSU game, Zachariah Branch did his thing, but then he kind of died out a little bit throughout the season. No disrespect to him. If you see a guy like Makai Lemon is instantly turning with kickbacks for 30, 40 yards, he's consistently getting open, creating space when both of these guys are essentially running the same type of routes, but one is creating space and the other's not. Keep that other guy in. Like, it's no reason to try to force the issue. That, you know what I mean? That's kind of the main thing with me, and that's all across the board. Any position, player, if they got the hot hand, keep them in there. If they making progress, if they doing their assignments, keep them in. Yeah. I don't care about NIL. I don't care about none of those stuff. Just keep them in.
Yeah. What about you, Carter?
I'm right here. Hold on.
All right. Come back to Carter.
Yeah. No, yeah, I completely agree with all that. I want him to be more like, for me, like, I did say that I'd rather have him get a offensive coordinator so he could focus on being a head coach, because there's videos of him more in his offensive coordinator card than being with the team, and that's not what you want to see from your head coach. You want to see them engaging with the team on timeouts and being on the sideline, focusing on the time management and everything like that, making sure that timeouts are being called rather than having your nose in your playbook. But that's just me. I feel like
it's not just you, man. It's not just you, BC. I agree with that. I know for me as a coach, man, I got to look my guys in the eye and make sure they're ready for what's coming next, especially in pivotal moments of the game. You know what I mean? Critical moments of the game. Make sure they're focused and make sure that do what they got to do. So if you yourself is not going to be that guy, we definitely need a coach on staff who's going to be that guy, that rah-rah guy, to get everybody hyped and ready to go.
Yeah, and if he's not gonna take the play calling away, just be more in the moment. Not just be in the moment. Be in the moment with your team, your team in the timeouts. Don't be worrying about the next play you're going to be calling. Just focus on your team.
Yeah, and I think he doesn't even need an OC like to take over play calling. Like, I think he just needs to have another person for game planning, right? Get another.
Didn't we have that last year?
Some more thoughts, right? Stuff like that. So,
remember the person that we were blaming last year, though, Guns?
Exactly. Yeah, we just bring him back maybe or something. But yeah.
My bad, y'all.
Go ahead,
Got a question?
The question was, what's one thing that you would want Lincoln Riley to change about his coaching?
Get back to 50-50. Get back to running it more. I feel like that'll fix everything. That's all he need to do. He a great play designer. He just fall in love with the passing game too. He used to that. He used to them Heisman quarterbacks chasing Heismans. I just want him to focus on just running the ball more. That's it. I feel like Lincoln Riley is an A+ coach if he just balance out his play calling. And then stop calling so many goddamn bubble screens. Like, and we cool.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, like the screen that I hated, the one was when he would just throw it out to the tight end, like the short pass to the tight end that almost got Lake McCree's knees taken out. Really quick, shout outs to Christian Ragland. Appreciate you always showing love to this channel. So,
Chris. Yeah, Chris.
Shout outs to
Yeah,
Christian.
what's the word?
Oh, and another thing, guys, clock management. I wanted to fix his clock management.
You said one, bro.
Oh, my bad.
No, we all agree though.
Okay, we know there's a lot that he needs to maybe fix, but just trying to get that one, because that's one thing that everyone wants for him to pick up, especially with some of the timeouts that he chooses to keep at the end of games.
Well, that's one and the same almost, man.
Yeah,
Right.
being in the moment, not having your face in your note cards.
What was y'all answers? Because I had to step away. One thing y'all wanted
Jay, what was yours, Jay?
Well, mine was the same, 50-50, running the ball. You got to stay consistent. But the other, I have said that in another little segment. But the main thing was, if you see a guy like Makai Lemon has a hot hand, and you got a guy like Zachary Branch, they're both essentially running the same type of plays. One is getting separation, the other's not. One is returning kicks back, the other one's not. Stay with the hot hand. I don't care about NIL. I don't care about nothing else. Just play the best player. That was the main thing. Play the best player all across the board.
Yeah. Well, John says he's never been 50-50. He has been 50-50. There's been
No. There's a stat from 20, and I got it from 2018 all the way up to 2020. He was 50% running. It wasn't until he got to USC. He began to be like 49.9%, and then this year was like at 37.9%. So he was 50-50.
Yeah. When we had Travis Dye, he leaned on Travis Dye a lot, and he kind of slowly got away with it. And someone made a comment about it that the way that Travis Dye got hurt, he could have had some war flashbacks that he doesn't want Travis Dye to get hurt. He doesn't want another running back to get hurt like that. But I don't know if that's the situation.
On Jay's live, said Jaywalk mentioned that on Jay's live. Something I had never thought of prior to that, man. But it's definitely a good point.
Yeah, but
I would agree with that if we didn't have two able running backs, though. Right? One get low on gas, put the other one in.
Yeah, we had Austin Jones too, and he picked up right from where Travis Dye left off. So, like, I know you're worried about that, but come on, you still got, you can't just put your fears in the way of winning games.
Exactly my point. I think it's just his love. I mean, that's his MO. That's his DNA. So when things get tough, I feel he's comfortable with calling a pass play. I feel like he didn't trust our offensive line. So
it's annoying when he decides to throw the ball on first down. Like, come on, like he gets a huge gain on like second down with a run play, and he's like, okay, great, now I can go back to passing the ball.
Right. So I feel like this year was an off-year play calling. So I give him a mulligan for having a bad year play calling. The other years I feel like his play calling being cool. So I'm willing to give him a pass on the play calling. One thing I learned about Lincoln Riley is he hard-headed. But once he do learn, and he make that change. See, people have egos, so I feel like the reason why USC has been so slow to change on the thing he complained about on these podcasts because of egos. You know, he feel like we ain't got the trained eye, so he ain't caring about what we saying. So Lincoln Riley is a dude I learned he got to learn the hard way.
Yeah. Well, he definitely showed that. He showed that ego against Washington, trying to throw on the number one pass defense in the nation instead of running the ball, when he realized that he should have started running the ball towards the second half.
But see, it's hard. Look, another thing, like once we got into like 8 and 9 games in the season, it's hard to turn to a run first team. Our identity was already set as a pass heavy team. So it's hard to even flip that switch as a player probably too. So once we got so deep in the season, it probably is just harder to flip that switch to become a running team. So that's why I hope in this bowl game, in the start of next year, we come out as a run first team. Ain't nothing wrong with being run first, because they're going to set up your pass game. Hey, Lincoln Riley, you want to put up points? Run the ball. It's going to open up them big plays. Y'all notice we didn't have a lot of big plays. Like, how many easy touchdowns we got this year? It's like we struggle for every touchdown, right? Man. So we need to get back to being explosive, and that's why I do feel like I want to see another receiver, or there's somebody on the offensive line to make this offense explosive again. We need to get back to being able to get easy points. With Caleb, we used to be able to get easy points, 3 and 4 yard play drive. Our offense lack that explosive ability. I think we need to get back to that somehow.
Well, for that, that also goes to the point that we had so many rotation at wide receiver, like because last year we just had Taj Washington and Brandon Rice. So like
that's a great point, man. It's hard to. I'm a little different as it relates to the receivers because we saw it all the way back from when Jordan Addison was here, man. We had guys like Michael Jackson. Although when Jordan Addison and Mario Williams got hurt, Michael Jackson and Kyle Ford, those guys came in and bought out. I think it was against Utah. But
Cal
a receiver, Cal as well. But when you get in the rhythm, the only way you can get in the rhythm is getting those reps, man. We see a lot of guys dropping balls this year, and I feel like a lot of that was due to rhythm issues. You know what I mean? Like you coming in there cold, the rotation is crazy. I feel like if we keep it where it's at, I feel like the receivers we got, Jacoby Lane, Makai Lemon, I feel like Jay Fair, some guys that we got coming. I think that, we probably have to get more now because, we had a couple leave out, and I think Charles Ross, he's gone. So I feel like we don't need to just overly do it, overly recruit on the transfer portal like we did every year, because to me, you rotate all these guys out, man, you just can't get consistency. That's how I look at it.
Yeah, like Makai Lemon and Jacoby Lane have to be the number 1 and number 2 guys.
They gotta get their touches, man.
We can't have like 1A, 1B, 1C, 1D, 1E, whatever. We have to have those 2 guys, and then we have to have the role players. Like, I'm not saying that they're going to be role players, but like we just need the guys that are going to be our 2 dependable receivers. We can't guess. Oh, which receiver is going to be their number 1 receiver this week?
So, back to what Carter was saying, man. The mindset that Lincoln Riley needs to have is he should be daring teams to stack the box against us, so we can go up top.
Yep.
Okay, you're gonna stack the box? Disrespectful. We're going up top. After we do that, they're gonna have to lighten the box, right? They're going to. You show me a 3-man front. You disrespectful.
Yeah.
You run it down your throat. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
So if we can, he has to set it up, man. That's what you have to, or vice versa. Rather, you have to establish the run game. That's the importance of establishing the run game to open up the pass, or vice versa. You know what I mean? It's an easy game, man. It's not that complicated. If everything's firing on all cylinders, man, you're gonna win.
If we gave teams heavy dosage of Woody Marks this year, things like the wide receivers would have probably ate a little bit more. But if we just ran Woody Marks down their throats time after time, they'd be like, God, we got to stop him. We got to make sure we get to him in the backfield. Like, we have to stack the line. But they were never afraid of that. They're like, okay, we'll let Woody Marks get a good run here and there, and then they'll just go back to throwing.
Exactly.
So we've been on here for almost 2 hours. So we haven't had an episode like this in a long time. We really appreciate Carter Sports and USCJ showing up to the live. We really appreciate it. And Carter may have had to jump off real quick, but yeah, any last words you guys want to throw out there before we sign off here? Jay,
make sure you guys tune in for Jay's video tomorrow morning. I'm sure he's gonna drop like at 3 a.m. my time.
It's one of the first videos I watch in the morning.
Hey man, we do it how we got to do it. But look, the future's bright, fellas. It's go time, man. I'm excited. Everything is reignited, man, due to the past couple of days, man. So look, I think we still expecting some more pieces. We'll see how this thing unfolds with the next bowl games, that whoever loses, because those guys have an extra week, I think, to stay in the portal, extra week or 2. So some of those guys gonna go in the portal. We expected some offensive linemen, man, and just hopefully we could just lock still and deliver these guys, man, to really build this team. We get an opportunity to see these new guys getting ready to come in. It's good to see Hassan Longstreet out there practicing, man. I'm excited about that. So look, the future's bright. The fan base feel like they off suicide watch, so I think we straight.
Yeah, I was on that watch list for a little bit.
Hey,
Yeah,
Brent, you
tripping,
go
man.
suicide watch too,
Man,
bro.
Nah,
I
oh,
heard it in
hey,
your voice.
look. I was mad, but I gotta keep y'all straight, man. Y'all be tripping. Hey, I'll be having to keep y'all straight, man. The fan base be on one. I'll be
Hey,
like, man, y'all about to make me go crazy, man.
I'm sorry, but it's just
Hey, but he tired. He tired, though. He tired, bro. Like, we've been waiting for a comeback for 10, 15 years, bro.
No, we have, man. It's frustrating, man. It's like I never seen so much of a roller coaster ride in my life. It's unbelievable. We get one, we lose one, we get one, we lose one. It's just, it's crazy. But yeah, we shaking back, man. It's good.
yeah. All right, yeah, definitely go ahead and subscribe to Carter Sports, his channel, and USCJ. You guys better be subscribed to them, and of course, if you're watching us, you better be subscribed to us. And go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those notification bells for all three channels. And until next time, guys, keep the torch burning bright and always fight on.
Signing
Right on.
But